Coming to Venus. July 22, 2014. Dear readers, please observe how we have been receiving the same messages for almost 20 years. Also, remember that these messages apply to everyone. I received these messages long ago. I think I was reminded to release them now, as we are finally ready to understand and apply what was received. March 5, 1996. Dear Commander Maltese, I wish to continue the communication we started the other day and also to ask you some questions. Please proceed with your questions first. Are you a member of the Ashtar Command? Why have I been so nervous the last week or so? We will answer the second question first. Why have I been so nervous the last week or so? You have been very nervous lately because you are in the midst of a very profound transformation within your physical being. Because of this transition, your emotional body has become very agitated. You have lost your center because that center is now different. Also, your soul wants you to fully participate in this transformation. Therefore, the frequency of you that holds the primary consciousness for the physical form has the responsibility to go down into the depths of your own darkness, and to bring it all to the surface of your consciousness where it can be healed. It looks like some things never change. I just put up a welcome message on my site today saying the exact same thing. Because your physicality has been so involved in the process of perceiving and healing your darkness, you have felt separate from your multidimensional self. In fact, your darkness is just that, separation from your true multidimensional self. You have been a brave warrior to go into the depths of yourself, to live and relive your fears and anxieties. Let us take a close look at your fears and anxieties so that your efforts will not have been in vain. 1. The first darkness is the illusion of separation. This illusion tells you that you are alone and that no one will be able to understand or accept you. You want to go home, and home is someplace else that is very, very far away. 2. The second darkness is the illusion of fear. Fear is a natural reaction to separation. If you are alone with no one to understand or accept you, then, of course, you will be afraid. Fear feels like a brewing storm that will break in the moment when you least expect it. 3. The third darkness is the illusion of I will not survive. This fear is very predominant at this time because, in reality, part of you will not survive. Your darkness will be enveloped within your light. Fear will not cease to exist because nothing becomes extinct. It merely changes form. You have become very attached to your darkness. It is the part of you that tells you that you must live more deeply inside of yourself and turn away from the physical world. Now let us look at your fears as well as how you can transform them. 1. The illusion of separation. In order to completely experience the third dimension, one must allow the experience of separation from the One. This is the last physical embodiment for you and for those who wish to return their consciousness to the higher dimensions. Therefore, all of you who have consciously or unconsciously chosen to ascend want to savor your physical experience to the fullest. Why would I want to experience something that is so painful? You ask. Because, our One, you wish to gather all of your third-dimensional lessons around you and integrate them into your full multidimensional self. As a result of your physical incarnations, you have gained great independence and determination. Again and again you have remembered to turn inwards to your source in time of need. Furthermore, you have connected the illusion of separation with your earthly lives. During your ascension process, you need to release that illusion and connect with Earth, Lady Gaia, as she is assisting you and you are assisting her. 2. The illusion of fear. Fear is the opposite of unconditional love. Your higher self has chosen for you, its physical expression, to experience fear and anxiety so that you can boomerang those emotions into the feeling of unconditional love. What you resist, persists. Therefore, you need to stop resisting your fear. You need to move into it and give it your full attention. Do you hear what your fear is really saying to you? It is saying, do not forget me. I, fear, have been a wonderful teacher for you. I am your warning mechanism that allows you to know when you are falling off your center. I am the portion of you that remind you to recalibrate yourself. Go inside, I tell you, to hide from the enemy of separation. What did you find inside? Did you find separation? No. You found unity. Your fear of separation, reminded you that you are one with all life. 3. The illusion of I will not survive. The fear of I will not survive will remain as a memory. This memory is important so that you can help others. You have had this fear very deeply through this earth incarnation because you nearly died as an infant. However, the fear you have is actually reversed. The infant was not afraid that its physical body would not survive. Your infant self was afraid that its soul would not survive. Now tell that infant that your soul did indeed survive, and, in fact, it greatly expanded itself. In this final physical life you, and many others, have learned and will continue to learn, that you can bring spirit into matter and thereby raise the frequency of the matter that has been imbued with the light of spirit. Do you see now why you have been so nervous? Feel now how your nervousness can be released into the expanded light that you are actively allowing into your body. Remember, whenever you bring in more light, you invite more darkness to the surface of your consciousness to be appreciated and loved free. For the second question, are you a member of the Ashtar Command? Yes, we are members of the Ashtar Command, as are many of our Earthwinds. The Ashtar Command is the name for the group of beings who are now assisting your planet during her transition. There is more and more channeling now because many of you are coming to visit us in your night bodies and in your meditations. Each of you will hear, or channel, the being that is closest to your personal vibrational thread. The Ascended Master that you hear are those that you have served under in other lives and or that are of the same oversoul as yourself. On earth you choose to call forth teachers that are of your same oversoul. The ETs, as you have called us, that you communicate with, are usually alternate realities of your future self, as I am to you. Many of the ETs that are often channeled, have many alternate realities of themselves that have chosen to incarnate at your time frame. The most important thing to remember is that everyone who has a physical body is capable of receiving information from their inside channels. All you need to do is clear your internal static by acknowledging, healing, and releasing your own darkness. We define darkness as anything that obscures the perception of your highest self and your highest purpose. There are a few traps that appear to be important in your life that actually turn you further and further from your own ability to receive inner guidance. The traps are judgment of yourself that you are not good enough, as well as competition with your past self or with others. These two traits can be rationalized to make you feel better and more important. But what actually happens is that you begin to cloud your perception of the truth because you start editing what you receive. This editing is based on your judgment that the information is not good enough, and or you feel competition with others who are also receiving information. We speak to you now from the fifth dimension. We can resonate at higher rates of vibration but have volunteered to lower our vibrations so that you on the third dimension can more easily hear our call. In our higher dimensional realities, unity and individuality are the same. Hence, we are able to simultaneously experience complete unity and total individuality. It is through our united expression of our individuality that we best serve the One. We realize that everyone and everything is a mirror of ourselves. This mirror is a feedback mechanism, which allows each of us to be constantly aware of our personal needs while we also stay united with our group. We are grateful for the feedback of our group as it provides important support and camaraderie. We have those same feelings of unity with our comrades who have taken on a third-dimensional form to assist Gaia. We see you as a feedback mechanism for our own process. We are constantly seeking to raise our vibration, just as we support our physical ones to raise their resonance. We are your future and your past, but we are all one in the eternal now. When the future and the past come together in the now, We can create a vortex of energy to assist the process of ascension of your planet. Now, as you go about your physical life, be conscious of every thought of judgment or competition. Look at everyone and everything as a mirror and a feedback mechanism that tells you about yourself. The person that you are judging is likely a portion of your past or your future. When you perceive that you are judging and competing, go inside yourself to see a great vortex of light. Within this vortex all past, present and future exist within the now. See all darkness and light, all beauty and ugliness, blend into one. See all polarities come into one in the vortex. Feel your personal responsibility within the vortex. Recognize how your personal responsibility is displayed to you in all that you perceive. Recognize and release all judgmental and competitive thoughts. And now for the most important part, love yourself for exactly the way you are now. You are in the process of becoming. Enjoy your process. May 1st, 1996. Dear Commander Maltese, I have heard you in my meditation. I have been reading about the change in DNA, the shift of vibration to our planet and how releasing old pain and fear can allow a higher resonance to our cellular structure. Please add your great illumination to what my mind is working on integrating. Your mind is indeed in the process of integration. There is much that you have been learning. Now it is the moment in which you can begin to consciously understand what you have been receiving. Try to completely release the typing of our message to your alternate self, myself, Commander Maltese. You can trust me. Do you remember on Antarian when we served upon the same ship? We fought the Orions, and you were captured. It was me that rescued you. You were also a commander and we were great comrades. Can you remember Antarian now? Do you see how the sun always stayed low on the horizon of the planet where we lived? The sun's glow was pink in color, rather than yellow as it is on your Earth. Therefore, there were many shades of violet and blue. However, in this particular incarnation, the world was not rosy. There was a great galactic war in which you and I were very much involved. Part of the reason why you have not remembered all of your intergalactic lives is because of that war. You have since read about it in your research. You were so disturbed by the warring consciousness of Earth that you could not allow yourself to remember a reality in which there was also much war. These wars were on the lower astral subplane of the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we have expanded our vibration to the upper fifth vibration. In the midst of this degree of unity, there is no call for battle. All of us are one with each other, and conflict with another would only result from conflict within the self. However, if we were still at battle with ourself, then we could not maintain a vibration of the fifth vibration or above. So my dear comrade, our long war is over. There are still some fourth dimensional wars. Remember that this is 1996. For those that wish to learn about courage and sacrifice. You, however, are ready to transcend the need of war. But, in order to do so, you must release all the pain and fear within yourself. You can then use that courage and sacrifices that you learned in battle to face the greatest adventure since you first left Arcturus. Fortunately, a great deal of my pain and fear has finally been released. Much thanks to my higher dimensional friends. Remember now the moment when you first left your Arcturian planet to answer Gaia's call for help, just before the final destruction of Atlantis. You all live in cohesive long-term social units called pods, the same term used for cetaceans. Your pod has decided to bilocate in order to answer Gaia's call for help. The portion of yourselves that is to stay on your planet has duplicated from the portion that is to leave or bilocate. Separation on that dimension, the seventh, is very different from what you know on your world. It would be more accurate to say that your bandwidth is expanded so that the two anchor points could have different vortexes of experience. See how your pod has created a group Merkaba, which is moving into hyperspace for your journey to Venus. See now how Venus is showing on your long-range sensors. You leave hyperspace outside of Earth's solar system so that you do not disturb the spin of the already endangered Earth. You are now able to move around the solar system in a way that you can enter Venus without disturbing her sister Earth. See Venus now as it fills up more and more of your viewer. Since you are still vibrating at the 7th vibration, you see Venus very differently than you would from the 3rd dimension that you will eventually enter. There is a beautiful civilization on this frequency of Venus that is in constant contact with Earth. You lower your vibration to the 6th vibration while on Venus. From there you will learn to resonate to the 5th dimension for your final descent into the upper 3rd, 4th vibration to which Earth resonated at the close of the Atlantean cycle. Each of the members of your group will prepare for your mission to walk into one of the myriad injured or dying humans on Atlantis. There has been great geological upheaval due to the Atlantean selfish and militaristic uses of their power crystals. First you will study in the Violet Temple on Venus. However, your studies are interrupted, as your Gaia is in grave danger. She has called again to the universe for beings of higher light to enter the body of her planet Earth, and you must go to Earth before you are fully prepared. Little did you know that you would need to reincarnate on Gaia's planet, until she could ascend her great planet into the safety of the 5th dimension and beyond. Remember now how Lady Venus embraces you and shows you the corridor of protected light through which you can enter the body of the small, dying child on Atlantis. Feel again how terrified you were when you realized that your divine complement could not join you. The frequency of the humans on declining Atlantis was so low that their forms could only contain a consciousness that was split into male or female. Yes, that fear is more difficult to access now because you know that loss of your divine complement was only an illusion. Your complement is with you always and everywhere. Feel how that fear is healing. Feel how the pain of the fear is gone. Since the illusion of this abandonment is healed, you do not need to create another 3rd-dimensional drama in order to heal the separation. Know that you are now free of abandonment. With the illusion of separation erased and the fear of abandonment healed, you are free now to increase your vibration. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com